The Twin Valley Locker Room Show takes you inside Clay Center Tiger Wrestling. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we're joined by the heavyweight for the Clay Center Tigers, Logan McDonald, getting set to go to your first state championship at the high school level. First question I have to give you, Logan, is when you knew you had punched your ticket to state, you stood, gave a big point to the crowd. What was the feeling like when you knew you were going to be in Salina this weekend?
It felt good. I had from the support from my family for the 2 years that I didn't qualify. It was a nice feeling knowing that I had people supporting me.
You know, we've talked about you on the air, Benny and I quite a bit. Coach and I have talked about it. The first 2 years as a heavyweight, freshman and sophomore, it's tough. And I'm stating the obvious to you, but take your lumps, grow from it, get better, and you have done that, I think, every year. You feel good about where you're at right now?
Yeah, I feel like the work I put in the summer also helped a lot. And then the practice partners I've had for the past 2 years, those guys really have helped me. And then I've had a lot of work with the coaches that have improved me a lot.
Talk about walking into Salina tomorrow. We're on the eve of the state championships. You get a chance to walk in. You've watched it before. Now to be a part of it, how excited are you? Nervous are you?
Just got to take it like every other tournament. We're looking to place and get things done.
Let's talk about the bracket. Have you looked ahead and kind of looked what's ahead of you?
I'm not looking ahead. I got to take it one match at a time to get where we want to be at the end of the day.
Excellent. I have a little Tiger talk for you. Now, these are 3 questions that have nothing to do with wrestling. Are you up for it?
Sure.
All right. Name your favorite movie. It doesn't have to be your very favorite. A favorite movie or TV show or the last TV show or movie you watched. Anything in that category?
Sports Center.
Sports Center. Favorite TV show. Nice answer. Favorite music artist or favorite song?
Pantera for music artist.
And is that what you listen to before you take the mat?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And final question, just a favorite moment from this season. And if it's the win that got you to state, that's good enough. But is there something that stands out this year for you?
Probably at Harrington, they had a varsity tournament going on in a JV tournament, and Zach didn't know at the time that he thought he was done for the day, and he had changed out into his street clothes, and then they called his name over at the JV tournament, so he had to get everything back on, and then he tech-falled the kid in the first period.
Preparation, sometimes overrated, I guess. So that's a great story. Logan, best of luck in your first state championships. Go get them, okay?
Thank you.
Logan McDonald with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show continues with its look inside of Clay Center Tiger Wrestling as we are on the eve of the state championships getting underway. We have Parker Tholstrup, 126, Garrett Calavoda at 113, getting ready to go for a first time to state and back-to-back trips for Parker. So we'll start with you. You've been ranked throughout the season. You came in with high expectations, and now you've seen that happen. What are your thoughts going into your second state championship?
It's looking better than I did last year. I mean, I went 0-2 last year, so my goal is to just start off by winning the first match.
And as you go into the state championships, and you've been through the pomp and circumstance, if you will, do you think you'll be more comfortable this year? I mean, it seems like that would be the obvious thought.
Yeah, I'll probably be more comfortable. I know how the tournament works and how all the weigh-in and stuff goes, so it won't all be new to me.
Still exciting, though, right?
Very exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. Garrett, for you, a first trip to the state championships as a freshman for the Tigers. Great regional performance. You had a very tough bracket to go through and to find your way to the state tournament. What are your thoughts now? Parker's been through it once. Your first time.
Nervous, excited. I don't know, like a feeling of I'm just excited. I don't know.
Yeah. A feeling of accomplishment,
Yeah.
I would imagine, too, for making. Have these guys shared kind of what the weekend will be like?
Yes, they have.
Yeah. As you go into this state championship with 4 guys getting qualified, I didn't ask this of Logan. I had a chance to talk with him just a moment ago, but I know you had 3 seniors on this team, Cam and Keegan, who stuck it out through the year. Didn't have. I mean, they were a long time without getting to wrestle and being a part of this team. I guess first comment on their leadership for you guys.
Oh, they did a little bit. I mean, they basically just gave us a little bit of advice here and there, but it was kind of bad because they didn't get to wrestle, really. They were injured for the whole season pretty much.
And I know you and Reed Knitter last year were first-time state qualifiers, and Reed was right there on the cusp of getting back into position. So, Reed, will miss you on the state championship mat. I've got a thing called Tiger Talk we do, which is just 3 questions about anything, okay? First question is, favorite movie or TV show, or the last movie or TV show you watched?
Favorite movie, probably movie series would be John Wick.
John Wick, okay. Parker?
My favorite movie is probably Good Will Hunting.
Wow. Going back a few years. That's a great movie, though. Favorite artist or song?
Ooh, I don't know. I just listen to a lot of AC/DC.
That's right up my alley. Is that what you listen to before you take the mat?
Sometimes, yeah.
Very good. Garrett?
Rock. I don't really have a specific preference.
Do you have a playlist before you take the mat?
I do not.
Okay, very good. All right. Final thought is a moment from this season that really stands out. Be it favorite, be it funny, anything really stand out from? Obviously, qualifying for state's big, but anything else through the year that really stands out?
Kind of just goofing around with the team, I think is pretty fun because we're like a family.
Like it?
Though, mostly just the bus rides and stuff. There's a lot of fun times on there, swapping stories and stuff like that.
Probably stories we won't share on video. I'm just guessing. I've been on a few bus rides before. Guys, good luck at the state championships. Congratulations on qualifying. Parker Tholstrup, Garrett Calavoda, 126 and 113. State championships are tomorrow. Twin Valley Locker Room Show continues its look into Tiger Wrestling as we're joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Brandon Pigorish, heading into the state championships. Coach, 4 qualifying for state. There were others that were close, knocking on the door. I guess let's talk a little bit about the weekend at Smoky Valley. It was a strange weekend with the weather kind of working things around and working the schedule around, but I think they made good decisions. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. The regionals ran very well. Hospitality was good, I thought. Did a nice job with just structuring that schedule for the inclement weather. So, it went nicely.
How about the 5 that don't qualify? There were some good things that happened. First, let's start with Reed Knitter. It's unfortunate he couldn't get back to state because he's that good of a wrestler, but he just ran into a bad situation. But he has been such a big part of Tiger wrestling. It's tough to see him not on the state championship mat.
Yeah, it is very, very difficult that. Of all the great things that happened over the weekend, just, something like that can kind of just make you leave there feeling kind of, bad. And he has been such just a catalyst to our program. And the past 4 years have been awesome. He's been an inspiration to a lot of the kids in terms of, maybe a kid that's overlooked a lot in terms of just physical aspects of wrestling. But he's gritty and is a competitor, and he just goes out there and finds a way to win. And so, that's one thing I admire about him is he'll fight till the end, and he's, he'll always have a special place, and for me as a coach, just as an athlete, he's one of those guys that has stood out for me, just with his character and a lot of other things. So it is difficult to not have him competing for us this weekend, but I guarantee you he's going to be there, just knowing the person he is, rooting our guys on, talking to him, being a good leader for him.
And I won't ask Coach to comment on the match itself. It went right down to the last second. At one point, there was a questionable 2 points in there. We commented enough on the air. I won't make you do that here in front of the audience. Let's talk about your other 2 seniors, Cam Osborne, Keegan Brownell. Such a big part of this team, although injured for a long. Cam never got to take the mat. Keegan, very short time. You talk about character, it kind of goes right along with Reed, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Both guys were, great and instrumental parts of our program and helped out this season as well with, Keegan came in and practiced as much as he could, did what he could, was a good partner for others and was able to, lead them in advice and stuff. And Cameron was around as well, and I don't know if he's finished, in terms of Cameron has finished wrestling. He's wanting to do it again next year, so we'll see. But, having them both on the mat for us competing, we can look at probably having 2 more guys going this weekend at Salina with those 2. So tough not to have them. They'll be greatly missed from our program and our great guys.
Let's talk about the 4 that are qualified. Let's start with the 2 that are going back. Rhett Coppice, 3rd place at state last year, a runner-up at regionals, and Parker Tholstrup back for a 2nd straight trip, also a runner-up at regionals.
Yeah, both guys, you know, coming into the weekend in terms of regionals and the season, both had high, you know, capabilities of doing well. And they've wrestled good this season. Both have battled small injury things. So we're kind of trying to just get them back going and wrestling at their best, kind of peaking at the right time. So hopefully this week we'll find that because both of those guys can definitely leave this weekend being state champions.
The two first-timers for you, Logan McDonald and Garrett Calavoda. Garrett, a freshman, Logan, a junior. Logan has that poker face mentality. You're never sure what he's thinking, not going to show much excitement. Garrett's going to lay it all on the table, what's going on. But these two guys, I know, very excited to make it to state.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them, you know, looking at their goals at the start of the season, this was one of the goals. You know, when we reevaluated those about midway through, this was still, you know, on their goal list. And both of them were able to complete those goals successfully, and so, you know, last weekend we said, okay, now we got to make a new one for the, you know, the next weekend. And one of the both of those kids are very optimistic about going to state with nothing to lose and just going out there and have everything to gain. And both of those kids have worked hard in the practice room, and you know, it's paid off for them, and you get to see they get to compete another weekend.
The brackets, I know you guys break them down as best you can. You never know what will happen once you get to the state championship, Matt, but pretty strong draws you're going up against.
Yeah, you know, everybody's good this weekend, and everybody seems to get a vote of confidence when they get to that postseason. So, you know, you're going to get everybody's best shot this weekend, whether they're 100% physically or mentally. You're still going to get their best. So, you know, we have to come in with that mentality. You know, the guys, we've talked about one match at a time. Don't look to the next round. Don't look, you know, anywhere else on that bracket but the person in front of you. And so, you know, as coaches, we'll scout ahead if we have to for the kids. But in terms of what their preparations for, they're looking at that first opponent. And, you know, I'm excited to see what we can bring.
Okay, Tiger Talk, you heard the questions already. Favorite movie or TV show?
Favorite movie or TV show? I'm going to have to go. I don't get a much adult TV anymore. I'm having 3 children under the age of 7, so I'm going to have to go. I listen to more of a radio, kind of a podcast, but I'm into Flow Wrestling Radio Live. So
Very good, that'll work. Favorite music artist? I love asking this of Coach Pigors. He usually gives us something off the beaten path, typically anyway. Favorite music artist or song?
My 2 favorite artists at the moment are String Cheese Incident and then Umphreys McGee. So those are my 2 favorites.
I told you it'd be a little off the beaten path, but very eclectic but cool music. I've listened. He always gives me a chance to listen to those. Finally, a favorite moment from this year. Does something stand out for you as a head coach?
Man, there's lots of good moments. We were able to capture, you know, a team title at the Marion Duels. That was probably, you know, getting to see our team just, you know, bond that weekend and come together and compete and win. You know, we were losing some of those duels just to come back. That was great for me to see as a coach, you know, because those are the kind of lessons we're trying to teach them is, you know, just to, you know, as a unit work together, you know, do your part, and the team thing will pay off. And then if you're behind, just keep clawing and coming back. And I got to see all those aspects in that weekend. So it was just more than wrestling. You get to see things that maybe will apply to their life later on. So
Great moment. Best of luck this weekend. Let's get them through to Saturday and see what damage we can do, right?
all right, sounds good.
Coach Brandon Pigors with us on the Twin Valley Locker Room Show.